What is up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? It's your boy Goblin, and today we're coming in with the long-awaited substance review. I haven't made one of these in like 2 months, and before I dive into it, I do want to mention a couple things. First off, drop a like if you do enjoy. Second off, I apologize if I sound like I'm speaking a little softly. My throat kind of hurts, so I'm not, maybe not sounding like my normal self here. Third thing, join my RuneScape Clan Chat for all you guys who are old school RuneScape players. I made a clan chat. Just join the clan chat. Cannot read. That's my RuneScape name. The name will be typed out in the description and the comments, so pull up on that. And the final thing I want to mention, if you guys have a mobile device, whether it's Android or iOS, and you want to make a free $5 just by downloading an app, all you have to do is download Dosh. The link is in the description. Once you download it, it's a cashback app. You don't have to spend any money. It costs nothing. You actually make money for everyday purchases. So, for example, let's say they have an offer that's like 10% cashback at Chili's. You go to Chili's with the homies, spend like $50, $5 cash back. You get $5 for free just by signing up and linking your card. But you have to actually link your card to get the $5. And I also get the $5. We both get $5. I don't know how they make any profit with this scheme, but I'm not complaining. It's legit. A lot of you guys have done it already. A lot of you guys have gotten your money. So if you guys want to look into that, get a free $5. Links in the description. Either way, join our RuneScape Clan Chat. Let's dive right into it. So, hydros, oxys, the opiate substance review. Now, I know that oxys and hydros are a different thing. However, I don't feel that a separate substance review for each of them would be very justified, considering that they're really almost identical. They're essentially the same fucking thing. But either way, let's dive into the pros. First and foremost, hydros are very calming, and it gives you that kind of cloud-like feeling. Hydrocodone is quite a wonderful substance, and also I'm going to be focusing mainly on hydros because that's what I have most experience with. So when I talk about this, even though I did just mention oxys, my perspective is mainly coming from hydros. I've done oxys a few times, but since they're so similar, consider that just all fused into hydros, But either way, very calm, kind of cloudy feeling. The next pro is it helps not only physical pain, which is literally what it's meant for, but also, in my experience, helps a lot with calming down your thoughts. It can just kind of overall make you feel very calm, almost like Xanax does in a way, except Xanax doesn't really do the pain thing as well as hydros do. And the next thing that's a big pro on the list, in my opinion, is it comes in a lot of different forms. And, I like this because it can really spice up any kind of outing. You want to just pour something in a drink real quick, there's hydro syrup. You want to pop a pill, they got that. Those are really the only forms that I can think of. But still, there's not many pills that also come in syrup form. I don't think you can get your hands on a Xanax syrup as easily as you can get a hydro syrup, or at least a legitimate Xanax syrup, because Xanax syrup is basically fake lean. But either way, the next thing on the pros list is that it's usually pretty easy to get. A lot of motherfuckers got grandmas with brittle bones and they just rob their cabinets and flip that shit. And I think that's a terrible thing to do. But coming from the perspective of a hydro abuser and user, that's a great thing to do. So I put that on the pros list because convenience is a very big pro, One of the big downfalls that I mentioned in a lot of my not a lot of my acid reviews, but a lot of my psychedelic-related substance reviews, is that typically those drugs are a little harder to get. That's not the case with hydros. Hydros are a much more commonplace thing, which is a bad thing, but a good thing for the people who use it. Final thing on this list for the pros is it's cheap. That's really about it. That's all I have for pros. As many of you guys know, I'm not a fan of hydros. I'm not a fan of opiates as a whole. And now we're going to get into the cons. First and foremost, all right, this shit, all right, is the most addictive shit you can be doing outside of like heroin. And some people are going to comment and be like, bro, you tweaking, man. I've been taking 6 hydros a day, and I'm not even addicted. I've been doing this since I was 10 years old, and I'm not addicted. I do it by choice, and fuck you. Xanax is more addictive. In my opinion, Xanax although it's super addictive, is not nearly as addictive as really anything in the opiates category. The opiates are like their own beast when it comes to how addictive they are and how hard it is to stop. And I've seen plenty of people, my friends and just general people alike, who have had their lives completely fucked by opiate addiction. And it's a terrible thing. For all you kids out there watching this video, stick to weed. It's all you ever need. Either way, very addictive. That's a huge con. Next thing on the cons list is the come down sucks dick. All right, let me explain. So, typical drug come downs, there's kind of like one of two things that happens. Either A, you end up feeling really foggy and tired and just kind of pass out, or B, you just get really depressed. That's really the two different kinds of drug come downs, or C, I guess. Either way, you could consider this an option. A come down that doesn't really happen. You don't really notice it. But this definitely falls into the foggy and tired category, but to the maximum. The feeling of coming down off of really any opiate. You just feel like you've been awake for like 3 days straight, and your mind is shot. Like, I don't really know how to word it, but it's just that absolutely groggy piece of shit waking up at 6 a.m. for class after 3 hours of sleep and you're out of coffee kind of feeling. Like, it sucks. It really sucks. I'm not a fan of the come down from hydros. The next thing on this cons list is, kind of tied in with the last thing, but you can be kind of forgetful while you're on this, and as a result of that, it makes it difficult to function normally on medium to high doses. I've seen a ton of people be like, oh man, pop a perk 30 and I'm going through my day. Well, I guarantee you work at McDonald's and going through your day doesn't require any amount of sobriety, because for normal people who work normal jobs and do normal adult things, it's not very easy to function on a recreational dose of really any opiate, let alone hydros, oxys, perks, Vicodins, whatever the fuck it is. It's not very easy to function normally. Your mind's going to be very foggy. It feels like, if you guys have ever seen the movie The Mist, it feels like your mind is the inside of the grocery store that they're all trapped in. And like all the information you have is just compacted in that little grocery store, which isn't very much because usually your mind is like the whole world. But now it's only that little grocery store, If that makes any sense. For those of you guys who haven't seen the movie, you don't know what the fuck I'm saying right now. But for those of you who have, I hope you get it. But, it really does make it a challenge to just go to work, go to school, do normal things that take some sort of effort or responsibility. It just makes those things a little more tedious, although it doesn't seem like it to you because, like I said in the pros list, it makes everything feel very comfortable and relaxed. When reality hits after you come down, you're like, oh, I fucked up. Or maybe you don't realize it, but nevertheless, you weren't very efficient doing what you were trying to do on this. Last but not least on the cons list here is the risk factor. By that I mean how dangerous this substance is and how poorly it reacts with other substances. Now, Xanax is one that's notorious for being bad with alcohol. This is worse. You cannot take any sort of opiate and drink, let alone mix it with very many other things at all safely. I mean, abusing these to begin with is not safe, but at least if you pop one perk 30 or two, you're not going to die. If you start putting alcohol into the mix, there's a real possibility that you could die. Holy shit, that spider's fucking huge. Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. It just crawled behind a poster and I crushed it, and I'm not moving the poster. Oh my god. I'm sorry, guys. I have a terrible fear of spiders, I'm gonna be honest. But, okay. Either way, clap the fuck out that motherfucker. Either way. So, this category of drug, hydros, oxys, whatever you want to call it, is very dangerous to mix with any other substance. Yeah, you can smoke weed on it. It's not really going to have much of a reaction. But besides that, don't mix this with anything else. If you're watching this video and you're thinking of trying this, if you've already tried it, do not mix any opiate with any other substance. Not a good idea. Not a good idea. I just had the hiccups because, I don't know, I think that spider just induced hiccups in me. It's kind of fucked up. But either way, seriously, that's exactly how I've had quite a few people I know die. from mixing opiates with other things. It's terrible. Do not do it. And that's the biggest con on this list. That's the one that I want to put the most emphasis on, just how fucking dangerous this category of substance is. So, either way, overall, after reviewing the pros and cons, I'm going to take this to the review board. I don't know if the review board is still in right now. It's like 5 a.m. Hey, Steven. Yeah, Goblin, just 1 second. We're actually getting the score together right now. Here you go, actually. Here, we have it right here for you. Okay. So what's the final score, Steve? Well, it's looking like after a careful review, I've asked multiple locals here in the Afghanistan area, and they actually harvest the poppies themselves. And they say here that even amidst the gunfire you can hear behind me, it's still going to be a solid 5, Goblin. Thank you. Are you trolling? Hold on, guys. What the... Steven? Okay. Alright. Okay, well... Overall, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, 1 being the lowest, we're going to be giving hydros and the opiate category as a whole a 5 out of 10. A 5 out... Wait. Steven, are you sure this is right? This doesn't even say opiates on it. This doesn't even say the opiate category on it. Wrong paper? Shut the fuck up, Steven. You're not going to work here much longer. I hope your fucking kids starve. Give me the right paper. Give me the right fucking piece of paper. Thank you, Steven. Okay. After careful review, the board has determined that score was fucking foo as hell and bullshit. And the real score here is looking like a 3 out of 10, everybody. A 3 out of 10. That is low. That is low on the scale. Not the lowest we've seen, but that's down there, guys. That's down there. That's a beat bitch right there. So, either way, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Drop a like if you did. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.